murderer, and liar. This is not easy to swallow. Bear with me. I was raised in East Chicago. I grew up in a single-family home, but with 8 cousins, 2 aunts, and my grandmother. I can remember as a kid just trying to fit in, and fit in became easiest through life on the streets. I made friends, and I used to call them brothers because we grew up with the same struggles. We spent birthdays together. We shared in the loss of loved ones and watched our kids play together in our front yards. This all came to an end when my brother was killed. I became a different person. I was living a life in vengeance mode, looking for the man who killed him. I would go to the projects with my gun and my gang, questioning whoever came across our path, but I found nothing. My wounds began to heal, but in the end, you always reap what you sow. So one night, I was stepping out of a nightclub. I turned around and was shot with an AK-47 4 times, once in my head, twice in my chest, once in my leg, and then 5 times additional by a .40 caliber pistol, 3 in my face, 1 on the side of my head, 1 in my arm. I jumped into a vehicle thinking I was going to seek refuge, and I was pushed out. Miraculously, I made it to my feet, where the police and the ambulance came and picked me up off the ground 20 minutes later. I was pronounced dead at the hospital, but was brought back to life by medical staff. I woke up with a deep breath and can honestly say that God put life back into my flesh. Not soon after that, I was driving while intoxicated, hit and killed an innocent victim. I was sentenced to 5 years in Westville Penitentiary. During my 3rd year in prison, I began attending a prison ministry called God's Elected Warriors. I began reflecting on my life and started to change, and eventually, one of the men who shot me showed up in prison. But because I had experiences of forgiveness, and I walked up to him and I forgave him, a great burden was lifted. A short time later, I was transferred to South Bend Reentry Center. This is where I met a man by the name of Derek Jacobs, a fellow crossing teacher, and we became friends, workout partners as well. During our talks, he often brought up the crossing and told me how he thought my story could help young people that are struggling in their lives. After being released, Derek recommended me to Rob Staley, and then I put my application in. After 4 interviews, I accepted a position that would change mine and others' lives as well. Through the crossing, I've been relabeled. I enjoy the relationships I have built with my students and the transparency that we share. I'm helping to start a crossing back in my hometown, in East Chicago, where I was shot, killed, and revived. I am now part of a much bigger family. So I want to thank you, Rob Staley, and the crossing, for giving me the opportunity to remove my past labels and add these new ones. From gang member to teacher, and from murderer to mentor. Thank you.